Hi, today we're going to be looking at the Evo15 PIR solar light from the solarcentre.co.uk, and we're actually going to be doing something different in this video. Not only am I going to be reviewing it, but I'm actually going to be giving this away to one lucky viewer. Now I'm going to put the full requirements in the video description, but basically you just have to be either in the Philippines or in the UK for me to ship the light to you, and you have to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below. Comment could be anything. It could be why you like this light, what you would use it for, why you like solar energy, pretty much anything that you'd like to comment. Now entries are going to close on February 14, 2015. So if you're watching this video after that date, unfortunately you've missed out on this giveaway. So now let's take a look at the actual light. Basically it's a solar powered light. It has a battery pack inside. It comes with this solar panel that charges the battery pack, and at night the light turns on when motion is detected by the PIR. Now let's get a little bit more technical. We have 15 through-hole LEDs. Now these are bright white, so they're not like your traditional floodlight, which would be, say, kind of a yellowy, orangey halogen light. It's really a bright white LED, and these are apparently equivalent to a 50-watt incandescent bulb. And later on we'll take a look at how well these light up an area outside. Now inside this little cover here is the PIR sensor, and it also has an LDR. Now that makes sure that the light is only triggered at night time, so it won't waste the battery during the day when people walk by, for example. And they say that the PIR is good up to around 6.5 meters, so that's a pretty fair distance. When the light is triggered, it turns on for 25 seconds, and we can test that out. I'll cover the sensor so that it thinks it's nighttime. Turn it on, and there you go. Now the light might not look too bright on the camera because I've got so many video lights here lighting up me, but it is quite bright, and you'll see that later. Now it does have a switch on the bottom which lets you manually disable it, so now no matter what you do, the light will not turn on. Now I mentioned earlier that it has a battery pack inside. We're going to take a closer look at that later, but for now I'll tell you that it has 3 batteries. They're nickel metal hydride, and they're 750 milliamp hours each, and they get trickle charged by this solar panel. Now this is a polycrystalline solar panel. It's 0.6 watts, so it's not too big, but it's big enough. And the good thing about this is it has a 4.8 meter lead. So one of my biggest complaints about solar lights is when they build the solar panel into the light itself. That means that wherever you place the light has to be a good position for the sun, and a lot of times that's not the case. Now it operates at 6 volts and it pushes out 100 milliamp. I've already opened this up, and there's literally nothing inside there except for the solar panel, and soldered directly to it is this 4.8 meter cable, so there's no point us taking a look inside here. But basically it comes with the screws, raw plugs, etc. You screw it into the wall, and you can adjust this depending on where the sun is and what the angle is. So it's pretty simple to set up. You can put that anywhere you like. As for mounting the light, you'll see on the back it has a clip, and then they give you these which you screw into your wall. So if you imagine that was screwed into the wall, this clip will slide down onto there like that, and it clips in place, and that will hold it onto the wall. Now I'm not going to be fitting it to a wall because obviously this is a giveaway, so I don't want to be using the screws and such like, but it's very, very simple to install. Okay, so let's take a closer look. We'll open this thing up and see what's inside. Now this front cover here clips off just like this. Just pull it off at the side and you get access to the LEDs. Now we'll start by removing this. I don't expect we're going to see anything on here except a PCB that's basically holding the LEDs, but let's take a look anyway. Now one thing to mention is it doesn't have any official waterproof rating, for instance IP65 or 56 or anything like that, and I imagine that there's a good reason for that. You saw how easily this piece of plastic here came off, and there's no rubber seal, which I was quite surprised about because everywhere else you've got bits of rubber that are covering, say, screws, for example, and there's a rubber gasket inside here. But on the front bit here, there's no rubber gasket. I don't know if there's one that's meant to be there, or... I mean, I'm sure it is a pretty tight fit, so I'm sure that it would actually be okay, but it was kind of surprising. I expected to see a rubber gasket. So anyway, let's take a look. Yeah, so you can see there's nothing there, but it's literally just the wires going straight to the LEDs. Now, we know how much power the solar panel outputs, and we know the battery capacity, but we don't know how much power these LEDs consume. So I'm going to desolder one of these wires so that we can measure how much power it's consuming. Okay, there we go. Very thin wire. And now I'm going to solder another wire in its place. Should really tin this wire first, but it's okay. Let's trim the end. Okay. Now we can use our multimeter to measure the current. So I'll connect some crocodile clips and then bring in the multimeter. So I've now got my multimeter measuring the amperage, my voltmeter that will measure the volts, and I'm going to trigger it. So let me cover the sensor and turn it off and on. Okay, you can see it's now consuming 0.35 amp, and if I measure the voltage, you can see we're getting 3.3 volts. So that will allow us to work out how much these LEDs are consuming. So I'll just put it all back together again now. Okay, that's back together. Now let's take a look inside. If you're curious, this is where the switch is to turn it on and off. So let's open up the back here. Now the nice thing about this unit, which I really do love, is that it has a user replaceable battery pack. Now, a lot of these solar lights, they're not really serviceable by the end user, so this is actually really great. Right. So we take the back off, and you'll see there's a rubber seal, which is nice, of course. There you go. And here we have the battery pack, and as you can see, it's got its rating on there, and it's got a nice easy clip. If we pull out the board, it's got a nice easy clip to make it replaceable, and you can just buy a new one of these on eBay after, you know, a year or two when these aren't really holding much of a charge anymore. You'll see the switch here, which goes into this bit. I'll take out the button. There we go. So you can see down there the diffuser for the PIR sensor, and that is, of course, this sensor here. And you'll notice that next to it is the LDR, which makes sure that we don't turn it on during the day. Of course, we've got some circuitry to monitor the PIR, to regulate the voltage of the battery, and current limit the LEDs. But otherwise, there's not really much going on. So it's quite a simple board, and I doubt anything would go wrong in that, unless, of course, it became wet, which it shouldn't do because it is well protected with this rubber seal. So there's not really too much more to say about this. The board does look very neat. I've seen a lot worse, trust me. So this is actually a really nice board. And again, I just love the fact that the batteries are user replaceable. So I'll put this back together, and then we'll test it out. And let's test if it's still working. Yep, seems to be working fine. So this footage shows the Evo15, which I've just basically tied to the top of the door temporarily. And you can see that once I approach the car, the light comes on and it stays on for around 25 seconds, and then it triggers again. And you can see it's actually pretty bright. It really lights up the area quite well. So overall, the Evo15 from the solarcenter.co.uk gets a big thumbs up. It's much higher quality than many other solar lights out there, and it actually comes with a panel suitable to actually give it enough charge for what it needs to do. And of course it has a nice long lead, allowing placement anywhere. The great thing about these kind of solar lights is that you don't need to do any mains wiring. You don't have to get an electrician out, you don't have to drill through any walls. Just mount it, mount the panel and forget about it basically. Just clean the panel every now and then to keep it free from dust and dirt. Now, of course, you have to set your expectations. Something that's outputting the equivalent of, say, a 50-watt incandescent bulb is not going to rival a 300 or 500-watt halogen floodlight. So you have to bear in mind, where you're going to use it. For instance, if you had this as a porch, just to light up your driveway, it's going to be fine. But if you expected this to light up your whole garden, especially if it's a long, wide garden, then it's probably not going to do the job. Now, the good thing is, even if this one isn't powerful enough for your needs, they actually sell alternatives. For instance, this beast here. Now, I'm going to be showing this in a future video. This is also from the solarcenter.co.uk, so watch out for that video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe, since it really helps the channel, and I hope you enter the giveaway. And a big thanks to the solarcenter.co.uk for giving us this to give away to you. Hopefully, if we can get this video popular enough, they might consider giving us more stuff in the future to give away. So thank you for watching.